Get your hands up! Open that door, step out with your hands up! Evil cops are a disease plaguing the very heart of society, and sometimes they make such huge blunders that it makes you question the whole system. In this video, we will be looking at two cases where evil cops realized that they messed up, starting with the first one, where a young man was stopped twice and had guns pointed at him for driving his mother's car. On the 2nd of June 2023, a young man was driving his mother's car when Officer Shane Edwards stopped him. The officer claimed when he ran the vehicle's tags, his computer showed the vehicle did not have insurance. Then he was stopped again, and the second officer did something that would terrify the young man and his mother for the rest of their lives.
Hey, I stopped because it's not showing that you have insurance on the vehicle. Do you have insurance? Can you show it to me? Who do you have insurance through, Miss McGee? Priority insurance? Okay, I'm showing one that shows an effective date, but it's not showing an expiration date. Let me see that piece of paper. Let me see that piece of paper right there. The one underneath it. Hey, Miss McGee, can you hear me? Do you have it on your phone by chance? Okay, all right, that's fine. Okay. Well, I see an effective date of March of 08, so that typically means that you're gonna. It's gonna have insurance. So my next issue is he's supposed to have a licensed adult with him until next month. Where do you live at? Okay, just make sure you get home, all right, and don't drive without another licensed adult. Okay. All right, brother. I don't want you to get a ticket for no reason. All right.
Immediately after Officer Shane let him go, another officer stopped him, but instead of stopping, the young man drove a little farther and stopped at his family church, where his mother was present at that time. This action rubs the officers the wrong way, and what they do next will leave you stunned.
We're turning onto Hills Road. We're slow rolling on Hills Road now, going back towards the access road. Pulling into Brushy Island Family Life Center.
Get your hands up! Open that door, step out with your hands up! Open the door!
Come open it, please.
Reach out and open the door!
Come open.
Reach out and open the door! There you go. Step out, just keep your hands up, that's all you gotta do, okay?
Unbuckle it, please.
Unbuckle the seatbelt. Just hang on a second, stay back over there! Stay back over there!
Come unbuckle it, please.
No, just reach in there and unbuckle it. Unbuckle your seatbelt, step out.
You sure? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No way.
Nobody's gonna shoot anybody. Just stay calm.
Ma'am, stay back.
You sure? Right hand, look. Right.
Take your right hand, unbuckle the seatbelt, step out. Do you unbuckle it?
Yeah, come get my phone.
Step out. Step out of the car, keep your hands up.
Hands up.
That's all you gotta do. Hands up, hands up.
All the way up, baby.
There you go. Is the vehicle is yours? Okay. Were you on the phone with him at the time, or? He pulled out in front of another officer, and when the officer went to stop him, we continued, like I said, up over the overpass, down this way to here. He wouldn't stop. That's the reason why the lights and sirens were going.
Don't shoot my son.
No, nobody's going to shoot anybody. That's not our intentions. But like I said, we don't know what's
pulled over.
Yeah, we didn't know what was going on.
Right, and the man told them they didn't have to be, shouldn't be in the car by himself. He just left at Casey's.
Yeah.
And they told him to come straight home.
Okay.
So as he's coming home, something must have happened, and
Yeah, he
got
pulled.
pulled over, and I said, well, you need to come home. Just come home. I didn't know what was going on at that time. He just got pulled over.
Right.
So it's my son.
After making a huge deal out of a seemingly insignificant thing, the officer then tries to calm the mother down. Of course, she is going to be worried about his son getting shot, but the officers make it look like she is overreacting.
But you've got to understand it from our point also, when we light him up and try to stop him, and he just keeps going. And like I said, from back there at Keel and Brockington, all the way down Keel, up over the over. So for his safety and ours, that's why we got him out the way that we did. We put him in cuffs, sort everything out, and we'll go from there. But like I said, we didn't know what was going on. Like I said, when somebody doesn't want to stop, unfortunately in our line of work, so, and I understand where you come from completely too with the, I know the time and all that right now and everything that's going on, but he did the best thing he could do. He cooperated and did everything that we asked him to. So, but like I said, but did he say why he got stopped or? The first time or whatever.
They ran the tags and it showed that it didn't have any insurance, but it does, and he showed it.
Okay.
It just wasn't coming up.
The lady that the officer is, she's a lieutenant, so it's her stop. So I'm going to let her conduct her business. But like I said, the reason why I don't know what had happened, I just happened to be on the access road when they hit the overpass. But apparently he pulled out in front of her and almost caused an accident, and that's the reason why she hit her lights or hit her sirens and lights to try to stop him to figure out what was going on. And then this is where we ended up at. Okay?
Please, let's not do this. So,
That's a no-no. I witnessed it.
have a good day.
Yeah.
No, I'm not leaving.
You're blocking the road right now, so
No one's there. This is public road.
I realize that, but you're stopped in the middle.
You're not pull over on the side.
You were interfering with the traffic.
No, I'm not.
After the stop, a person who goes by the name of Anonymous Patriot, who was around when the event happened, decided to step up and teach the officers a lesson and show them that what they did was wrong.
You got a problem with that?
Did I say anything to you?
You're staring at me, coming closer.
Is that an issue, or is that an issue?
Got a problem with it? Okay.
Did I say I had a problem?
Do your own work then.
I'm standing where I need to stand, just like you are, sir.
You know?
Yes, sir.
I lived in this town for 8 years. I've quit everything. I'm getting tired of the racism. 75% less they can pull over a white folk than a black person. Not just you, the whole department. I forwarded their request. And I'm a white 57-year-old man. I got some years on you and him and her. Get respect by earning respect.
Well, that's what I'm trying to give you, sir, and you keep yelling over at me.
And I know I've had.
Why are you attacking me? I've never met you before.
You attacked me by being on a.
I asked you to get out of the roadway, sir.
Road and being petty.
Well, sir, it's the law, isn't that correct?
It's the law. If it's a crime scene, put out tape.
Well, no, it's a law about blocking the.
I can get on that side of tape. Yeah, I can. That's public. If the sergeant or you want to arrest me, go ahead.
Until he crosses the arrestable line, just keep your face away from me.
The officers completely ignored him because they knew what they did was unjust. It is completely shameful that these officers can't even own up to their actions. Instead, they try to blame it all on the mother.
I'm going to have to deal with him on his stuff, but I've also got to deal with you on a couple things too. Okay? You knew he was driving. You continue to let him drive the car. All right? You're the adult. You're responsible for him in that respect. So you authorized him to drive knowing he didn't have a valid driver's license. You understand what I'm saying? You also...
I get it.
Well, and what's going to happen is you're going to get a ticket, all right? You're going to come to court.
Okay.
So, let me go and figure out this. He's going to have at least citations. I don't know if he's going to go for anything else or not, okay? So, he says that he was supposed to be going to work, but he's also supposed to be at school.
It was just registering that didn't have insurance, and we showed the proof of the insurance. And he did say, he was like, you know, you're in close proximity. I don't want you to get a ticket for anything else. If you headed on home, because he was just right here at Casey's.
Okay.
And he said, just go on home, you know, because he did say that. And I was like, well, you were on your way home, just come on home. And then soon, I'm on the phone with him, and that's when I heard you guys' lights on him, and he started getting into a frantic. Okay. And so I don't, he's by himself. I get it.
So listen, can I ask you to do something next time? If you're that concerned about it, three-way call 911 if you feel like it's going to be a bad situation. Okay, let them know what your concerns are, but let's get him stopped so that we don't have to do all this. Because I get it. I hear your concerns. Right? And listen, I know that my interaction ain't going to change how you feel. Right? I hope it doesn't add on to that. But nobody could have done anything. Right? He did what we asked him to. He was compliant there.
This is the problem with these corrupt officers. They make huge mistakes and then try to justify them by blaming them on the suspect. They made it so that it was completely justified when, in reality, it was way too much. Watching these officers overreacting over a 17-year-old might be terrifying because we know that he can't speak back. But this next guy knew exactly what to say when an officer tried to ID him illegally.
Not doing anything.
You got any credentials?
I'm not going to provide that, just because of a call.
On March 31st, 2024, 2 officers were called by a local in Sussex County regarding a person who was sitting in his car parked on public property. The cops started on the wrong foot and immediately showed signs of aggression. What he does next will have you fuming in rage.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. How are
I'm
you?
Corporal Watt with the Millsboro Police Department. The reason why we're making contact, some lady came out to report that you've been sitting out here for over 4 hours.
Okay.
Find out what the deal is, what's going on.
Just sitting here minding my business. Not doing
You
anything.
got any credentials?
I'm not going to provide that, just because of a call. Burnville, Texas.
You told her that you're correct?
Yeah, that's what I told her.
Okay. Do you have any credentials?
Yeah, but I don't want to provide that right now.
Why not?
Huh?
Why not?
Because it's optional, and I just don't want to provide it right now.
What's that?
Because it's optional.
If you're you have to provide credentials to what you're going on, and you have to report it to the dispatch center that you're out here.
No, but I didn't tell you that I was. Told her I was. I'm not telling you that I'm one.
Well, this is private property, you know.
This what is private property?
What is private property?
This roadway here?
This road is private property.
How is this road private property?
Because it is. It's a development. It's run by the HOA.
Where's the signs that says private property? There's no signs that says trespassing there. There's a public street, and there's no signs that says private parking there or private property. There's absolutely no signs.
So I actually know where the HOA person lives.
Well, over there is probably private property, but not here.
This is a private property road.
This is not a private property
Yes, it
road.
is,
This
sir.
is accessible from the public. That's a public street there.
It might be accessed from the public, but this is private property.
Well, no one asked me
This is an HOA run development.
No one asked me to leave. Hey, can I have your name, please?
It's Officer Shockley.
Officer Shockley and Officer Bullock.
Oh, can I get a badge number?
1098.
Can I get a badge number?
Just watch how upset the officer seems. He is pissed that the civilian is not listening to his illegal and baseless commands. This is what corruption does. It makes these people entitled and makes them forget that they are public servants.
So even if it's private property, the owner has to ask me to leave, and this is a public street. I already did a GIS survey. I already did it.
Investigator, we can also remain out here until you're completed your investigation. So
It's a free country. I mean,
You're
of
right.
course. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm not gonna.
What she's worried about, she has a child that's out here, and people abduct kids.
But did
she's
she accuse me
worried
of?
about that.
Did she accuse me of abducting anyone?
No, but she's worried about it. It's a safety.
I'm worried about a lot of things too, but I don't be calling the cops on people for every little issue. If there's no crime, unless there's a crime, right?
You're right. Yeah. Well, your tag doesn't come back to anything, so I'm going to be running everything else.
So, if you don't mind me asking, what are you investigating?
But I just don't like to identify just because someone calls. You understand that? I just don't like to identify just because someone called. Bronx, Texas State, absent RAS. There's no probable cause for you guys to get my information. And that's the reason why I don't want to call. I know he's going to probably want some retribution because I know my rights. But I'm not asking that lady to identify. I gave her a courtesy of telling her what I'm doing here when she approached me, and I thought that was the end of it, but apparently not. I didn't have to. I could have stayed silent and not say a single word, right? And it's my right not to identify.
Why she's concerned.
I have a lot of concerns too, but if I'm not breaking the law, right? Should I identify? Should I just give up my Fourth Amendment rights?
Well, no one's asked you for your information.
Just because I invoked my rights. You think that's fair? I'm not doing anything
you're
wrong.
parked on a public street.
Yeah, a lot of people park in a public street. That car is parked in a public street.
So, you're right. It's a public roadway. So you can park here. We're more concerned about what's going on.
Yeah, but I dispelled your fears.
Yeah,
I said
you're right. Okay.
what I'm doing. You guys have the tags, so no, you know, right? And not a single person reported a crime. They're just a suspicious car. Suspicion is not a felony or a misdemeanor.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
That's why we made contact with you.
Exactly. I'm talking to you, right? I didn't have to say a word. I could have just stayed silent the entire time, but I'm not that type of rude person who just doesn't say anything. We're all humans, right?
Despite being reasonable and polite, the car owner was still harassed by officers who could not leave him alone. This is why properly training and educating police officers is crucial, so they know when they are infringing upon other people's rights. Regardless, the owner gives the officer a whole education.
At no point in time did I trespass on anyone's property. I stayed in my car. This is the safest place I can be.
Yeah, and I told you why we made contact with you.
I heard you.
Okay.
I heard you.
So,
yeah, but
do you have any questions?
yeah, am I gonna be is there gonna be some sort of retribution just because they invoked my rights by this guy here? I understand. You sound reasonable. You sound like a professional, honestly. There are not too many cops who are professional like you and level-headed.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You're right. It seems like you know your laws.
Yeah, I'm very much aware of all of them, yeah.
But no, we're good to go as long as you don't have any more questions.
Yeah, and you can verify I'm not disrespectful to either of you. I just want to invoke my rights and be left alone because... But what I would do is just document their license plate number, take a picture of the car, but I'm not going to call the cops on someone for no reason.
Yeah.
You know, if I see them trying to sneak into someone's property, well, that's a different story, right? But someone just sitting in their cars, you know, I got to understand their fears can't trump people's rights, you know, to just be here on a public street.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I wouldn't do that to your son. I mean, I'm just assuming you have a son or whatever. No matter what color they are, I wouldn't do it. And maybe that's something that people need to be aware of, you know?
Yeah, but you got to understand the day and time we're in.
Listen, it's always been danger from way back then to now. We're in the safest times we've ever been in right now with the level of security that we have. Okay,
Yeah.
Things were worse back then. We have a lot of security. There are cameras everywhere. The minute you call a cop, they're
That
here.
doesn't mean things...
Right? From one call to the next. To the next, to the next, to the next. Imagine that. We gotta use... We gotta be rational and think about when we call the cops, man, instead of wasting resources like this. Say, ma'am, hey, do you have the license plate number? We have the tags, and we'll send an officer just to drive by and observe. And I think that's how it should be.
Yep. Okay.
I mean, I hope you agree and understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. But I'm gonna get out of here, okay?
I appreciate you, man. All right, do you have a car? Can I get a incident, the CAD number? I want to request that 911 call and hear exactly what that person said.
So they came to our police department.
Oh, they actually came all the way there?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, the incident number then, so I can...
Let me go get it for him.
Thank you.
And that's how you deal with tyrants. If you know your rights and you are confident, there is nothing these corrupt cops can do to you. Then, all that would be left for them to do is feel ashamed about the mess they've made and get humbled. Do you think you could have handled the situation like this last guy did? Or would you have reacted differently? Let us know in the comments below. And if you like the video, subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one we have in store for you. Thanks for watching. This is Detective Mystery, signing off.